Good morning, everybody. How is everybody this morning? My name is Mrs. Barlow, and I will be your instructor for your nursing assistant program. Our first lesson is going to be on asepsis, infection prevention. And just to give you the meaning of asepsis so we kind of understand what we're doing, the meaning is a state of being free from disease-causing contaminants. For example, bacteria, viruses, fungus, and parasites, or preventing contact with microorganisms. It often refers to practices used to promote asepsis in an operation-type situation or in the medical field to prevent infection. In other words, using good hygiene, working in a healthcare setting. So to start off this morning, I'm going to give you just a couple statistics regarding the importance of hand washing. There was a study in London in 2008 that found out that 1 million deaths a year could be prevented if everybody would routinely wash their hands. That's a pretty big number every year. Another statistic is in the United States, hospital patients get nearly 2 million infections each year. That's about 1 in 20 patients. So as you see, hand washing is one of the single most important ways to stop the spread of infection and also many illnesses. I know it's kind of common sense, but when do we wash our hands? A couple examples are before and after we eat, before and after we're taking care of a person with a cut or a wound, also after wearing gloves. Just because you're wearing gloves does not mean you are preventing the stop of infection. So after you remove your gloves, you also need to wash your hands. And of course, after any contact with any bodily fluids, sputum, urine, blood, etc. And another big one is after blowing your nose, coughing, or sneezing. What is the correct way to wash your hands? First of all, I'm going to go through I'm going to go through how to wash your hands, and then I'm going to do a demonstration to show you the correct way to do it. So first of all, you're going to wet your hands with running water. The water does not have to be hot. It's a misconception that it has to be hot water. What prevents the spread of infection is the friction that you use when you're washing your hands. So you're going to run the water, you're going to wet your hands, and apply the soap. You're going to lather the soap up very well, and then you're going to wash the front and back of your hands. You're going to wash between your fingers. You're going to wash your fingernails and under your fingernails, and you're going to wash up your wrist, approximately 1 inch or so. You're going to continue to wash your hands for at least 20 seconds, which would be the equivalent of singing, humming, happy birthday to yourself ×2, or as I tell the kids in school, the younger kids, singing the ABCs a couple times also. So then you're going to rinse your hands under running water, and then you're going to dry with a dry towel, a clean towel or a paper towel. You're going to shut the water faucets off with that clean towel and dispose of it if it's a paper towel, or put it back if it's a regular towel. If soap and water are not available, you can also use a hand sanitizer that has at least 60% alcohol in it. Just remember that hand sanitizer isn't 100% effective, especially if your hands are visibly soiled or dirty. Also, hand sanitizing sometimes doesn't rid yourself of certain diseases. So, we'll come to the lab here to the sink, and I will do a demonstration of washing your hands. So first of all, I'm going to start the running water, get a temperature that I'm comfortable with. I'm going to wet my hands down and start lathering my hands. If I wasn't talking, I would be singing to myself, happy birthday to me, times 2. So as you see, front, back of the hand, up the wrist a little bit, and then between all your fingers. And you really want to get that friction going. And then all my fingernails. I do keep my fingernails short. I do recommend in a healthcare setting that you do keep them short because there's a lot of bacteria that can get under them. A fingernail brush is also a good thing when you're washing your hands, but a lot of times that's not available. So you see the good lather I have, the friction that I'm using. Also jewelry, you got to make sure that you get under that jewelry. Jewelry also harbors a lot of disease and possible infections. Okay, so now I'm going to rinse well. Going to leave the water running. Grab a clean paper towel. Dry my hands. And then shut the water off and dispose of the paper towel in the garbage. If you're in a public bathroom and you can use that to open the door and be able to throw it away, that would be great. So that's the proper way of washing our hands. If you guys don't have any questions, we will take a break and come back and finish our first lesson on asepsis and infection prevention. Thanks.